Hi, this is Tara with Happy Horoscopes, and today we are going to talk about Taurus season wrapping up. Gemini, the sun's going to be moving into Gemini on May 20th. But most importantly, what we're going to be talking about is the full moon total lunar eclipse that is occurring the 15th through the 16th. So I almost hope that you see this video. I'm actually filming it on the 15th, and I'll probably post it later on today. But I'm almost hoping that you will see it maybe a week from now. Here's the reason why, and here's the reason why I didn't do this video sooner, is because eclipses are not about preparation. A lot of stuff, a lot of times when I talk to you about certain aspects with astrology, I do it so that you know the kind of energy that you're going to have to work with. Think about an eclipses. You don't know what kind of energy that you're really going to have to work with, because eclipses are chaotic. That's the point of an eclipse. An eclipse shakes things up. The universe goes through a cycle. Our galaxy, it goes through a constant cycle, a repetitive cycle, just like life does in many ways, even though every single second is different. And every, a full moon in Scorpio in 2022 is very different from a full moon in Scorpio in 2015, but it's still a full moon in Scorpio. When eclipses come along, it throws us out of our comfort zone. It changes the game. You don't always know how it's going to do that. So with a lunar eclipse, what happens is the moon is in the shadow of the Earth. The only reason we see the moon, I'm going to go a little sciencey here. The only reason we even see the moon and have a full moon is because of the position of the sun and the moon in the sky, so that the light of the sun is shining on the moon. Otherwise, we don't see the moon. Okay? So in our minds, we're like, oh, it's full moon time. I should be seeing the moon. You look up in the sky, and there's your full moon, and then all of a sudden, it's gone. This isn't supposed to happen. Okay? That's why way back, before all of the wonderful things we have today, like technology and books and all kinds of stuff, people feared this kind of stuff. Eclipses were like time, those were scary times, because it was so much more dominant to people. You were supposed to be able to see the moon, and you couldn't. So anyway, so what's going to happen is we're going to have, the full moon is still going on. The moon is still there. It's just that we're not going to see it. And it will appear, I also believe that it'll be a blood moon. So when you can see it, it will have that reddish hue to it. I'm not going to go into the whole blood moon thing, because that's not really an astrological thing as far as I'm concerned. But a lunar eclipse is super important. Okay, in astrology, the sun represents your outer self, your identity, what the world sees, how you identify yourself, your ego in a way, if you will. Okay, while the moon represents your inner self, your spiritual self, your emotional self. Okay, so when you've got a full moon, your emotional self, your spiritual, that inside stuff is getting lit up. That's why full moons can be so volatile, where, and I mean, this is a fact. There's things happen at full moons because the seas rise, and just like that, our emotions can also rise. In response to feeling the energy of a moon that is more powerful when it's lit up than when it's not. So now what's going to happen is your emotions are risen up, but then all of a sudden that's all gone. So you don't know what's going on. You're just kind of like, it feels chaotic to you. And that's why it's not something that you can really prepare for. You can ground yourself. I'm wearing my grounding necklace. I totally would recommend that, you do whatever you need to do to ground yourself for the next couple of days. But that's a good thing to do anyway, all the time. But I mean, the energy could be especially volatile. Here's kind of what I'm getting off of this eclipse. And it's funny because I was thinking about this and I'm like, I don't know if people are going to get this or not, but let me try to explain it. It's almost like there's two of you. There's your outer self and then there's your inner self. And you're in a room and you're looking, say, in a mirror, and both of you are looking at each other. And then the lights go out and neither one of you can see anything. Then the lights come back on again and you're still looking at each other, but you're not sure what you're looking at because something has changed. That's the point of an eclipse. Things change. Things are always in motion, but an eclipse will make sudden changes. And what I'm getting from this, we've got a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign of mystery. Scorpio is very tied to our inner self. That's stuff that we want to keep to ourselves. We don't want to share with everybody. I think that's why part of our reading, we're getting this for the month. We got that feel your emotions in the present, because this is the time, this particular season with the eclipses going on, that you should be feeling your emotions, and you want to, because really, when you can be at your happiest, your fullest, the self that is really enjoying life, and this is what you deserve to have. It's when your outer self and your inner self are matching each other and they're working cohesively. And I feel like that's what we have the opportunity to do. A lot of times, what we show to the world is not what's going on inside of us. We put a smile on our face. We go out there in the world. Somebody just said it to me the other day about, yep, I'm just supposed to put a smile on and keep going, when inside, that's not how I feel. And that's not a good way to live, and that's not how you want to live. So what this does is it gives you an opportunity to face head on what is going on with that inside, and how can I bring the two of us together so that we're both in that happy, smiling place. What is inside of you that needs to come out, or needs to be healed, or needs to be expressed, or whatever? Okay? And yeah, that's a lot of chaos, and it's going to feel chaotic to you. And you don't want to do it. You're like, that's okay. I'll stay. You know what? We'll just keep that stuff hidden in its box where, it can't bother me or anybody else. Except this is an opportunity for you to change all of that. This is an opportunity for immense healing and growth. And really, I know I keep saying it, other people keep saying it, 2022 is the year for you to be you, your whole true self. You're protected. It's okay to let the world see whoever you are on the inside, because that person that's in the inside matches the person on the outside perfectly. You've just got to bring them together and be whole. That's what a Scorpio eclipse can do for you, if you're willing to work with it, if you're willing to do that work and to face that and say, okay, you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm comfortable with it. I'm going to put it out there in the world. And when you're comfortable with it, you're going to find the rest of the world is comfortable with it. And you're going to find yourself, like, more and more people, You will draw situations, you will draw to yourself. The law of attraction will click in, and you will find those things that match your whole self, not just a part of yourself, not just the outer self that you may be showing, or maybe you're hiding the outer self and you're letting the inner self just run wild. Whatever it is, this is a time to bring those things together, okay? Chaos, Uranus, the planet of surprises and craziness and all that kind of stuff. It makes change, positive change. The other really interesting thing about Scorpio is Scorpio is a super powerful sign. Scorpio is a leader, okay? Use this energy to find your leadership, to find that, you know, that part of you that wants to say, you know what, I'm going to step up and I'm going to be me. And the world's just going to deal with it. The world is going to be happy with it. I don't mean to be coming off making it sound like you want to do it in a defiant, you know, kind of attitude-y kind of way. Not like that. Okay? You want to be happy and comfortable with who you are, and let the rest of the world see who that person is. And once you do that, you're going to find how everything just kind of falls into place for you. And that's really, I feel like, what this year is about. It's time for us. You know, you see so many people making major life changes with their careers and with their, you know, their overall, their attitudes and everything, because you don't want to live a partial life. You want to live a whole life. And that means having your outer self, that your identity that the world sees, match up with what you care about, with the things that matter to you, your emotions, your spirit, your energy. Let that shine through. They will work together. That's why you were made the way that you were. Everybody has a unique, individual, cosmic signature. No other person has it. There is such a thing as cosmic twins, where there are in the world some people that have the exact same makeup. But even if somebody was born in the same place in the same time as you, they have there will be differences in so you are so unique. That's why astrology is so interesting, and how beneficial it can be for you. You know, when you came into this world, you brought all this energy with you. And you have to ask yourself, are you using all that energy to make yourself happy and to make the world a happier place? Because if you're happy, you're going to put that out there, and that's what makes the world better for everybody. So this is an opportunity for you to take a hard look, to use that Scorpio energy and say, who am I on the inside? What do I need to do to bring that person out into the world, and work together with my outer self, and let everybody see who that is and see what happens. It's going to happen anyway. So it's a good idea to be prepared for it. Be prepared for the unexpected. And, you know, I like to sometimes be in an attitude of just saying yes to everything. You'd be surprised. Sometimes opportunities show up and you're like, I don't know what that is. Give it a try and see what happens, because this energy is going to bring you opportunities for, like I said, healing, growth, all that kind of stuff. What I want to do is I want to draw a card just for this energy. You know, normally I do the cards beforehand, but I was like, you know what, while we're talking about it, let's just see what the universe wants us to know. Oh, I feel like, no, you feel right. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I love this. This is one of my favorite chakras. Okay, it's called the Earth Star chakra. There's a lot more chakras than the ones that we just know about. The Earth Star chakra is, and it's perfect for Taurus energy too, because it's grounding, but it's also very energetic. You're gathering energy from the world around you. So what the Earth Star chakra is, it's sort of in the ground below your feet, okay? And it connects you to the earth. So as you're traveling throughout your day, throughout your life, throughout your apartment or whatever, or your home, that Earth Star chakra is moving with you. That's why it says stay in the moment, stay in the present, okay? Again, this is why I said you don't have to be planning or preparing. Just go with the energy as it presents itself to you. All of a sudden, something from the past pops up. It popped up because it's time to deal with it. To say, you know what, let me find a way to be okay with that, or let it go, or whatever it is that you need to do. Sometimes stuff needs to go. Sometimes stuff needs to be healed. Sometimes stuff needs a second chance, whatever it is. Stuff from the past could show up. New stuff could show up that is just kind of like out of your normal comfort zone, except really it's not. Really it's connecting to a part of you, or it wouldn't show up. It's just maybe you have not allowed yourself to be comfortable with it. Okay? So stay in the moment. Stay grounded. Watch out for what the universe has to offer you. Okay? We're in really exciting times right now, and there's just so much good positive energy just waiting for you to open yourself to it. So do that. Open your heart, open your mind, and let that energy flow through you and you flow with it. And, you know, I just want to see everybody feel happy and joyous and comfortable and be who they are and living their best life, because that's what it's all about. That's what we're here for. Okay? I will be back with information about Gemini coming up soon. Yes, I will try to get that done this week. And I think that's all for now. Have a happy lunar eclipse, and just have a happy day and enjoy your life, because that's what it's all about.